Welcome, everyone. I am excited to share something special about today's session right up front. We actually have two powerful sessions. The first one is our transformative hour on the momentum mindset breakthrough, followed by an exclusive 40-minute legacy interview featuring the legendary Jessie Lee Ward for those who want to stay on. You want your notebook and worksheet ready for both parts. Drop a star emoji right down in the comments when you are ready. So as we begin today, I want to share something that's at the heart of why we are here. Like many of you, I found myself at a crossroads, juggling a demanding corporate career while feeling a deeper calling to create a meaningful impact. The pressure to succeed, the endless meetings, the constant push for more, it all felt like running on a treadmill that was getting faster, but leading nowhere meaningful. The wake-up call when I realized that I was sacrificing my well-being for what society defined as success. Despite achieving on paper, I felt disconnected from my purpose and the kind of impact I knew I could make. I saw the same struggle in my colleagues' eyes. Bright, capable people who wanted more than just ticking boxes. This led me to explore what true wellness and success could look like. Not just physical health, but that deep sense of alignment where your work, your purpose, and your well-being flow together. Through my journey with holistic wellness and personal development, I discovered something powerful. When we prioritize our well-being, everything else elevates. That's why I found Aura Empower. Today, I am building a community while maintaining my corporate role. Not working harder, but by thinking differently and staying aligned with my future self vision. I'm sharing this because the frameworks and the tools we'll explore today aren't just theory. They are the exact strategies I use to create impact while maintaining balance. So today, we'll dive into the practical neuroscience-backed tools from Dr. Shannon Ivan and Dr. Benjamin Hardy that you can start using immediately. Whether you're building a business, pursuing wellness goals, or seeking a deeper purpose, these strategies will help you create sustainable momentum. This session isn't just about setting goals, it's about rewiring your mindset for a level of growth and momentum that can transform both your wellness journey and business success. We will explore practical neuroscience-based strategies developed by Dr. Shannon Ivan, like I've mentioned, and Dr. Benjamin Hardy, that you can implement right away to overcome limitations and establish lasting progress. If you are watching live, type present right in the chat. I'd love to know who is here with us today. Can you type a present in the comments? I'd love to watch to find out who is. Now, let's begin by connecting with your future self, the version of you who has already achieved what you are working towards. Let's start by focusing on your future self. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine 12 weeks from now, but also it could be 5 years ahead. What does the person look like, your future self? What have they achieved? How do they feel? Take a deep breath and really step into that vision. Let's pause for a second whilst you do that. Now, in your worksheet, write down the top 3 qualities you see in your future self. These qualities should excite you, motivate you, and reflect who you are becoming. Let's share what I see in my future self to help guide your thinking. I see resilience, the ability to stay steady and focused no matter what challenges lie ahead. I see clarity, a vision that cuts through distractions and stays grounded in purpose. And most importantly, I see leadership rooted in compassion, guiding others with empathy and strength. Take a moment now to write your 3 qualities in the worksheet you have in front of you. Right, now let's bring these qualities to life using what I call VKAE, an acronym or a framework. This powerful tool helps us experience our future self in 4 dimensions. Number 1, visual. See yourself embodying these qualities. Kinesthetic. Feel these qualities in your body. Auditory. Hear the conversations you are having. Emotional. Experience the feelings of living these qualities. Let's practice together. Close your eyes again. So, visual, see yourself starting your day with purpose, moving with confidence between building your community and nurturing your well-being. Kinesthetic, feel the strength of being part of a supportive community. The energy that comes from true work-life integration. Auditory, hear yourself speaking with certainty about your vision. Listen to the grateful messages from those you've helped transform their lives. Emotional, experience the deep satisfaction of living in complete alignment with your values. The joy of helping others break free from their own limitations. Now take a deep breath and slowly open up your eyes. This vision isn't just a dream. It's a preview of reality. And in our next session, I'll show you exactly how to turn these qualities into daily actions that create unstoppable momentum. When we set goals, we often get overwhelmed by all the things we could do, this and that. But here's the key. Success isn't about doing everything. It's about focusing on the vital 20% of the activities that create 80% of your results. Now, take 30 seconds right now. Grab your notebook and in all the activities you think you need to do in your business, list them. Don't filter, just right. True? Now, circle just 3 activities you believe will create 80% of your results. These are your highest impact activities or moves. Let me share how this works in my life. One of my core goals is building our club 2020, a community of 20 personally enrolled customers or club members in 90 days. To reach this future vision, as a Director 3, I have mapped my critical 20%. Number 1 is showing the business opportunity to 10 people weekly. Number 2 is creating value-driven content daily. Number 3 is following up within 24 hours of every interaction. Just like Dr. Tom Barrett, I don't know if you've heard him, he says that it's being like a pilot logging flight hours. Every presentation builds proficiency. Every piece of content creates momentum. Now, here is the why, many hit a wall, or many of us hit a wall. That moment when you think, I don't have anyone else to talk to, I'm lonely, I don't know anyone. This is where Dr. Benjamin Hardy's strategic pathways tool becomes powerful. When I hit this wall, instead of seeing a dead end, I asked myself, what would my future self, that thriving community leader, see? This shifted everything. Suddenly, I saw every satisfied customer who knew 3 people seeking wellness. I saw local wellness centers that had members looking for natural solutions, and professional networks that had entrepreneurs ready for new opportunities, and social media followers that had friends with similar interests. This isn't about finding more people. It's about seeing the abundance of connections already around you. Think of it this way. Imagine you are in a dense forest. You've ever been in a dense forest? Maybe the Amazon. At ground level, everything looks the same. The weeds, the bushes, and the trees all blend together. That's where most people stay, busy with low-impact activities. But your future self stands at a higher vantage point, seeing the entire forest. From there, or from up there, you can clearly distinguish between the towering trees of opportunity and the underbrush of daily busy work. Let me share a personal example. Are you ready? So recently, I realized I was spending hours engaging with social media comments, seemingly productive work. I don't doubt we need to have that kind of work. But my future self, that community leader impacting thousands, wouldn't be caught in those weeds of reactive engagement. They would be creating transformational content, developing leadership training, and building systems for scaling. This elevated filter changed everything. Instead of asking, is this a good use of my time? I now ask the question, is this something a transformational leader would focus on? Does this scale my impact exponentially? Am I building legacy systems or just maintaining the status quo? Those are the questions. Now, take a moment now in your worksheet to, number one, do this. Write your 3 highest impact activities. Number 2, you want to list 5 new pathways to connect with potential community members. Now, number 3, identify 1 activity you need to elevate or eliminate based on your future self standards. It's about standards. Now, share 1 insight in the charts with the flexed biceps emoji. You will all know that one, yeah? Now, that we've identified your high impact activities and opened new pathways for growth, let's tackle something crucial. The mindset shifts needed to sustain this momentum. Are you ready? Now that we've identified what to do, but there is this crucial question. Why don't we always do what we know we should be doing? This is where Dr. Shannon Ivan's powerful STEPDA model changes everything. That's an acronym, by the way. It's a pattern recognition, acronym, STEPDA. STEPDA shows us that how our brain, creates patterns. They either support or sabotage our success. S stands for the situation, which is what triggers us. T stands for thoughts, our immediate response. E is for emotions, how we feel. B is for beliefs, our core stories that run in our head all the time. D is for decisions, choices we make. And A, you guessed it, actions, what we do after taking those decisions. And R is what we get, or what we create, the results. Let me share my own pattern when I first started. The situation was I needed to reach out to potential partners. The thought that came into my head was, I might be bothering people. You know that one, yeah? Then the emotion is hesitation and anxiety. What belief did come? Success means pushing people. The decision I took, wait for the perfect moment. We all know that one, yeah? Now, action that I took is that I had minimal outreach. The result was that there was limited growth. Now, take out your worksheet. What's your current pattern? Now, with one of your high impact activities, what would be that pattern? Now, we're going to share, a framework called TED framework. This is where Dr. Shannon's brilliant TED framework comes in, or helps us rewrite these patterns. T, it stands for how we transform our thoughts. And E is how we elevate, your emotions. And D is making different decisions. Let's rewrite my sequence. For example, the situation was that, as I had seen, the situation is an opportunity to share transformation. The new thought was I had something valuable to offer. And the emotion is excitement and purpose. Well, the belief that came through was I am helping others find freedom. And the decision is to take consistent action all the time. And the action was a regular, confident outreach. And the result, community growth. The key isn't just knowing, this new pattern, or TED, as I just said it. It's installed through daily practice. Here is how we install the new patterns. Are you listening in? Say me if you are listening in. So number one, how we install this is the morning practice. Mostly, we start with the morning. You read your new thoughts upon waking up. You just jot them down maybe. Feel the elevated emotions in your body. Visualize making empowered decisions. Number two, the way to repattern is the pattern interruption. Say during the daytime, something comes up. When odd thoughts arise, we pause and ask, what would my future self think? What emotion could serve me better here? What decision aligns with my vision? Number three, in the evening, celebrate where you showed up as your future self. Not the opportunities for stronger alignment tomorrow. Set clear intentions for the next day. And now, in your worksheets, put it out. Write your new empowering pattern. Circle the new thoughts and emotion you will practice daily. Now, drop the blue counterclockwise arrows button, emoji in the chat if you're with us. If you're ready to rewire these patterns, just do that. Share one limiting belief you are ready to transform. Remember, this isn't just a mental exercise. It's programming your subconscious mind for success. This rewiring of our patterns, combined with our future self vision and the high impact activities, creates unstoppable momentum. And speaking of momentum, when it comes to sustaining momentum, I've discovered something powerful. You want to know what it is? It's not just about being busy or staying busy. It's about staying aligned and supported. Let me share a recent example from our Aura Empower community. Are you ready for that one? Say yes, we are ready in the comments. Now, during one of our recent wellness challenges, I found myself struggling to maintain consistent content creation while balancing work and family life. Who also has this challenge? Now, but something beautiful happened in the community. Our community stepped in. One member shared how she batch creates content during her power hours, what she calls power hours. And another offered accountability check-ins. And suddenly, what felt overwhelming became manageable through shared wisdom. This is what makes our Aura Empower community special. We are not just another online group. We are a safe space where, number one, we share authentic stories of transformation. Number two, where we support each other's mental and physical well-being. Number three is where we celebrate small wins and learn from setbacks. And lastly, number four, where we focus on holistic growth, not just business metrics. And now, in today's digital world, which we're all in, where burnout and isolation are real challenges, having a supportive community isn't just helpful, it's essential. I'm sure you would agree with me. That's why I am so excited about tomorrow's experience session, the Aura Empower experience session. Imagine stepping into a space where, number one, you experience the supportive community firsthand. How's that? Number two, You connect with others on the same journey. And number 3, you create your personalized success roadmap. Who would want to create that? Say in the chat you want to create a personalized roadmap. I'm sure most of us know we all have different objectives. So number 4, you begin your transformation with real support. Tomorrow's session will be special because we will share practical implementation strategies, connect you with accountability partners, create your 90-day transformation plan, and experience our exclusive product showcase in our store, that is. Plus, you are welcome to bring a friend or family member to share this journey, an exciting journey. If you are ready to be part of a community that truly supports your growth, drop a sparkly emoji. You know that one? A sparkly emoji right down in the chat or the comments. I will personally ensure you get the details about tomorrow's session. Remember, transformation is possible, but it's so much more powerful when we do it together. Now, before we wrap up our main session, I want to remind those who can stay on that we have something special coming up. Our exclusive legacy interview with Jessie Lee Ward. I'm sure you know who Jessie Lee Ward was. When it comes to creating lasting momentum, I've discovered something powerful. It's about aligning our actions with both personal wellness and planetary well-being. Let me share something that transformed how our community thinks about change. Are you ready for that one? Say yes, we are. Or yes, I am. So last week, I shared a teaser about our concentrated eco-friendly cleaner. If you still remember, some of those were on that webinar. Just a few drops of water creates a full bottle of effective cleaner. That's all I showed. The response was incredible. But what touched me most was we weren't just, for the comments, but about saving money and reducing plastic waste. Those were not just the comments. It was how people saw it as a symbol of bigger change. One member messaged me, it's not just about the cleaning, it's about finally finding a community that cares about both wellness and sustainability. That was a comment. And another shared that about how introducing just this one product helped their family start conversations about mindful consumption. Maybe, it might be one of those, at home as well. This is exactly tomorrow's experience session. What it is special about, you discover there, number 1, our complete eco-friendly product range across 7 unique categories. Number 2, how these sustainable choices support your wellness journey. And number 3, ways to make mindful gifting choices this holiday season. And number 4, options to create additional income sources while supporting, promoting, sustainability. But what makes this truly transformative is the timing. While others wait for January to start their wellness journey, you can, number 1, get ahead of your 2024 wellness goals. And number 2, make decisions about conscious gifting choices this holiday season. And number 3, position yourself for both personal and planetary impact. And lastly, number 4, join a community that values both well-being and sustainability. And because we understand everyone's journey is unique, you'll see how to, number 1, customize your wellness path with our product range. And number 2, create your own sustainable lifestyle blueprints. How do you want that? Personalizing your success blueprint. Number 3, you choose solutions that match your values and goals. And lastly, build a purpose-driven future on your own terms. How is that? We all like freedom, don't we? Bring someone who shares your vision for a better future. The best transformations are those we share. I'm sure you agree with that. Now, drop a herb emoji. You know that one? The herb emoji. Just write in the comments to explore sustainable wellness tomorrow. I'll personally ensure you get the details after we wrap up. And now, speaking of transformation through authentic leadership, we have something special for those who can stay on. The exclusive legacy interview with Jessie Lee Ward. This is a moment of gratitude. As we wrap up our main session, I want to thank each one of you for being present today as we explore the momentum mindset breakthrough. The insights you have shared in the chats show just how ready this community is for transformation. Tomorrow's experience session, the Aura Empower experience session, is where everything we have discussed comes to life. You will, number 1, discover our 7 unique product lines that support holistic wellness. And number 2, you will experience firsthand how small, sustainable choices create big impact. Number 3, see how to turn holiday gifting into meaningful transformation. Learn how to align your values with purpose-driven opportunity. The timing couldn't be better. While others wait for January to start afresh, you are positioning yourself to, number 1, enter 2025 with a clear direction and momentum. Number 2, make conscious choices this holiday season. Number 3, be part of a community that supports your growth. And number 4, create impact whilst building your future and legacy. Now, I am setting aside some time to personally welcome each of you tomorrow. Now, can you drop, the glowing star emoji in the chat right now, and I'll ensure you get priority access to this intimate session. Remember, bring someone who shares your vision. Transformation is always more powerful when shared. Now, for those who can stay with us, we are about to experience something special. A legacy interview with the legendary Jessie Lee Ward. If you've been inspired by today's session about authentic leadership and transformation, you won't want to miss this. This interview is a masterclass in, number 1, building authentic influence. Number 2, it's about leading with unwavering conviction or faith. Number 3, it's about creating lasting transformation. Number 4, it's living your purpose fully. If you need to head out now, no pressure at all. You can catch the replay of our main session. And for those staying now, get comfortable and drop the dizzy star emoji if you are ready to learn from one of our profession's most inspiring leaders, Jessie Lee Ward. All right. Let's begin this powerful legacy interview. Welcome back, everyone. For those of you who have joined us for the exclusive Jessie Lee Ward Legacy interview, thank you. This is a true honor for our community. Jessie's journey of transformation and impact is woven through all the principles we've explored today. As you watch, I encourage you to reflect on how her insights integrate with your own future self-vision and the momentum building strategies we covered today, earlier on. And before we begin, just a quick note. The interview was recorded previously. So please feel free to drop comments and reactions in the chat as we go. Jessie will not be able to respond in real time, but I'll be here to facilitate any discussion. All right, let's dive in. Are you ready? There are a few key moments I want you to pay special attention. These are also highlighted in the appendix provided at the back of the momentum mindset breakthrough you've been working through with that downloadable worksheet. So I'll guide you through, the points, the times. At 2:56, the emotional breakthrough. Notice how Jessie's vulnerability creates an authentic connection. What can you learn about building trust and rapport from there? At 8:25, self-awareness mastery. Observe how Jessie Lee demonstrates the power of conscious choice in her leadership. How can you apply this level of self-awareness? At 11:48, the social media authenticity. Jessie shares insights on standing out through genuine presence. What resonates with your own approach to building an online or authentic online brand? I'm sure you'll want to learn from there. At 15:42, value-based leadership. Explore the foundation of Jessie's unshakable conviction. How can you lead from a place of deeply held values? At 17:49, the recruiting mindset. Learn Jessie's strategies for attracting business builders through certainty and conviction or faith. What can you apply to your own team building efforts? At 22:22, the focus on builders. Discover Jessie's key to sustainable growth about business builders. Can you identify and empower the right people to amplify your impact? Now, as you watch, consider these guiding questions. Number one, how does Jessie Lee's approach align with the future self-vision we just defined earlier? And number two, what qualities in Jessie's leadership most resonate with your own style? Which specific insights from this interview will you implement immediately? That's a good one. Now, remember, this is a chance to honor Jessie Lee's legacy while also integrating the principles we've explored throughout our time together. Her story of transformation and impact is a powerful testament to what's possible when we lead with purpose and conviction. All right, let's begin the interview now, and I will be here to facilitate any discussion or reflection along the way in the chat. Enjoy yourself.
her the question, and we've used the clips to answer it, because it doesn't feel right having a success summit, the last success summit, without her being a part of it, because she was always the first person on my list that I would speak to on a Tuesday. Hey, do you want to be on the Success Summit? Oh my God, yeah, I'd love to be on Success Summit. Like, I'd love to serve, because she always wanted to conquer Europe. She would always want to have the biggest team in network marketing from America in Europe. And she knew that just by being able to share some wisdom and people knowing her name in Europe, that would lead to some incredible things. So over the next 30 minutes or so, this will go. Although I already know what's happening, I want you to really enjoy. I want you to get your pen and paper out, and I want you to make notes from the greatest network marketer who ever lived, my friend, Jessie Lee Ward. So, Jessie Lee, one thing that I absolutely love about you is that you seem to get around the right people at the right time. So, obviously, we've talked about how getting to events are so important for your mindset. And you've been, again, as I said, amazing at always getting around the right people to kind of become better. So could you share a story with us about how getting around the right people has helped you have a massive mindset shift?
And if you don't know a lot about my story, I was 100% the tough girl. Okay. Can anyone relate to that? You guys can give me a yes in the comments if you can relate to that. I was always the tough girl. I was always the girl that was fighting. I was always the girl that had no emotions. I never cried. I was 100% super aggressive. And so BK met me when I was like, yeah, what's up? I'm Jessie Lee. And he said in this first conversation, he talked about it in the podcast that I just recorded with him. I said you were going to be the next, the next big thing in network marketing. I said, yeah. But people say that about people all the time. So we're at this event. It's GoPro. It's GoPro 2016. And if you don't know, GoPro 2016 was when Tony Robbins was there. Okay. And at GoPro 2016, the day before Tony Robbins, I met BK at a sushi restaurant with Jordan Adler as well. And we're in this restaurant, and he said, hey, if you want to sit next to me for Tony Robbins, you can. I'm going to be in VIP. And I'm like, yeah, I'll sit in VIP. I mean, I had a VIP ticket, but the VIP section at GoPro, this is back when GoPro would have, 15, 20,000 people in person. So VIP even had, 2,500 people or something. You're nowhere near Tony, right? And I'm like, oh, CEO of a company, I bet I'll get better seats. Turns out BK was let in early. Okay. So BK was let in early, and he was literally in the front row at Tony Robbins. And I know you guys probably know this part of my story, but that night, Tony Robbins in 3 hours changed my entire life. And I was sitting next to BK, and we had only met each other for one day at this point in time. Okay. One day at this point in time. When I say it was everything got exercised out of me. Not exercise, like exercise, demons or whatever. That is the only way to describe it. And so I sat next to him, and when I say I cried, I sobbed. For the first time in my entire life. I have no memory of ever crying like that in my entire life. And I mean, snot running down my face, the whole thing. And BK was there for it. And I still remember his face, the way BK looked at me after that. He was like, is this girl okay? Is this girl okay? And obviously went from there and turned into a very empathetic, very open emotionally, very open in general woman and leader.
You know what? It's funny. I've loved seeing the transformation in you over the years. Going from when I first met you, I was absolutely petrified of you, to be honest. You were loud, you were bold, you were in my face, you were like correcting me when I called you Jessie instead of Jessie Lee, and yeah, kind of interesting. But one thing, again, another thing that I absolutely love about you is your absolute conviction and certainty in that you are in full control, because so many people say that they don't have the customers, they don't have the recruits, and they think it's like a business, a network marketing, a company fault, right? What advice would you give to those who feel that they aren't really having the success that they want?
Can you have the same self-awareness around your business? Because what I see is this, it's like a pandemic of people, I don't know what other word to use, pandemic, epidemic, whatever, of people in business that all they like to do is blame people. You can't build a business if it's everybody's fault except for yours. Well, nobody's joining the team because the company changed something. Nobody's buying the product because the price is too high. What? No, you're the problem. The problem is not, no, the problem is you. What is your self-awareness? How many calls do you get on? Just ask yourself. How much personal development have you done? Just ask yourself. You know, Jim Rohn was my first, whatever. I guess he wasn't alive when I found him. So, but I want to be like, he was one of my first mentors. Like, we all love Jim Rohn. You got to spend more time working on yourself, he said, than working on any business you ever have. And a lot of people don't like when people like me say that. They go, it's these personal development people. These personal development people have their lives together. Have you noticed that? The people that talk badly about personal development and wasting your time reading these books and wasting your time going to these events and wasting your time on these coaches, I wouldn't be wasting my time looking at their life. It's probably miserable. It's probably full of gossip and garbage and negativity and not a lot of success. Why would I copy those people? You have to spend a lot of time personally developing yourself if you ever want to develop a business, and you have to cultivate that self-awareness. So here's some things you can do to cultivate self-awareness if that kind of sounds a little bit hocus pocus to you. Okay, ask yourself questions regularly. Like, do you meditate? All right, here we go. Back to the cancer again. One of the first questions a doctor asked me here in Germany. I'm in Germany, by the way, so hello from next door. A doctor asked me here in Germany, he says, well, do you meditate? And I went, well, yeah, but I never did until I got diagnosed with cancer. He said, yeah, see, that's a problem. He's like, you got to meditate. You got to stop living in the past. And a lot of us, the reason why our lives continue to look the exact same is because we keep reminding ourselves of the past over and over and over again, repeating it over and over and over again, and expecting our lives to look different. So you can't create a new life if everything in your mind is repeating the same exact things repeatedly. So meditate regularly. Do journal. I have a journal with me all the time. And if I don't have a journal with me, it goes in my phone. I'm always getting this stuff out of my head so it doesn't have to live inside me, right? So when you have this self-awareness, you start to observe yourself without judgment. You understand your emotional triggers. You understand and you make more conscious choices instead of automatic responses. If I look in my past and I think about when I was in my entrepreneurial journey at the beginning of everything, man, if anybody even said something to me that seemed whatever, all I wanted to do was fight you, right? All I wanted to do was prove to you that I'm right and you're wrong. It was like my life mission, it felt like, when I look back on it. Like, why did I care so much about what these people said? Why did I worry so much about, oh, this person doesn't like the product, doesn't like the business model, doesn't like this, doesn't like that? Like, what they're worried about is none of your business. And I had to learn and grow through that because I would go straight into these overly emotional responses. And I saw it happen again when people didn't like my medical choices, right? I got emotional about it. And now I see people on the other side emotional and yelling at me for my own decisions, right? So it's interesting. What is your self-awareness? What do you believe, and how can you stick by that?
Completely agree. It's so interesting that people think they have business problems when in reality, they only have personal problems. It's never a business issue. It's never a business challenge. It genuinely is a personal issue or a personal challenge. Jim Rohn used to say, for things to change, you got to change. For things to get better, you got to get better. Jessie Lee, another thing that I absolutely love about you is your authenticity on social media. Like, I think a lot of people follow you because every time that you have an active story or anytime you go live, they know they're going to get the absolute truth Whether it makes you look good or bad, it does not matter. You've shared relationship stuff, you've shared business stuff, you've shared challenges, you've shared ups, you've shared downs. Like, how important is it for you and for other people to stay truly authentic on social media?
Today, I actually want to talk a little bit about some authenticity stuff that I think is very beneficial for us as business owners. Also, really remaining just true to yourself in the middle of when it comes to chaotic times, right? So maybe you're realizing some chaos in your business. Maybe you're feeling like, wow, it's real. I'm noticing that there's a lot of people jumping around, or there's a lot of people who are saying negative things about my business or my company or my profession. And before I even get into that, I just want to say the only thing that can actually stop you in business is you. And you will start to crumble if your pillars of belief crumble. So if you are deciding that you are no longer going to be successful, or your company is no longer going to be successful, or your team is no longer going to be successful, or the profession is no longer going to be successful, the only one that can make that true is actually you. And this is why you'll see examples of people jumping all over, multiple companies. Oh my gosh, grass is greener. And those people don't succeed. And the companies keep going. So I just want to kind of give some perspective around why I'm doing this training now. I think it's super timely in the business professional world right now. And so that's kind of why I'm chatting. So look, I get it. As business owners, we do what? We strive to be successful. We strive to make a name for ourselves. We strive to navigate our ways through the ups and downs of entrepreneurship. We strive to make it to make it big, to hit top ranks, to make millions of dollars, to do all of these things. And that's great. And it's fun. And being the #1 network marketer in the world, it's cool. There's stages to success that I just want you to have an awareness around. And the most important part of success, as weird as this may sound to some of you, is how true can you stay to yourself? Because I have felt that more than ever, there is a pressure to conform to societal norms. There is a pressure to cater to the opinions of others. It is leading people, great leaders, new people in business, everything, into a stage of, quite frankly, frustration, doubt, disbelief in themselves, disbelief in their companies, and then ultimately it hinders our success. And so maybe you're watching this and you are experiencing that. And I just want to tell you, I would argue that in no times, at least in my life, so I can only speak for my life, has it been more important than ever to stay true to yourself. And quite frankly, if you want to build a big business, something that has allowed me to have such big businesses around the world is that I've done things a little differently. You probably knew my name before you ever watched this recording because you were shocked the first time you saw me. Maybe it was because you thought I was super loud on the internet. Or maybe it was because I had colored hair for some of you who have been around for a long time. Or maybe it's because I was diagnosed. I changed my language. I was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic colon cancer. And so that popped up on your feed. Maybe it's because I was the network marketer that showed people how to make millions of dollars online. Maybe it's because you've seen me step more into an entrepreneurial role and not just the network marketing role. I don't know why you found me or how you found me. Maybe you're part of my coaching program already and Piotr hasn't even mentioned it yet. Like, who knows? I just want you to know that the reason you know my name, whether you are watching this and you like me or whether you are watching this and you don't like me, is because I have been a truly authentic version of myself. And that's not to say I'm perfect. And that's not to say that everything I do is always right. It's just to say that I have not wavered in who I am. And because of that, I have become a beacon for a lot of ways, for a lot of people that go, that's what I need to do. That's what I have to do. I have to be me. And so that's what I want to talk about. All right. So first of all, know your values. A lot of people are on here and you're like, oh my God, like, I don't even know what I care about. I don't even know what I stand for. I don't even know what I want to do. Okay, look, if you're going to remain authentic to yourself, you have to first of all know what you stand for. Okay, stand for nothing, fall for everything. So spend time reflecting on your values. Spend time saying, okay, what's important to me? Spend time finding out what those values are that represent you, represent your beliefs, and then are really your guiding force through life. Because if somebody is going to tell you, you have to think a certain way, you have to behave a certain way, you have to do this, you have to build a business like this, you got to look like this, walk like this, talk like this, be like this, you're going to start falling in line. This is just what happens. But when you know, I don't believe that. Whoa, that's not my truth. Hold on a minute. I disagree. And you know who you are. It makes this conversation a lot easier. See, I know what I'm aligned with. I know the people I'm aligned with. I don't get so hot and bothered when people say, oh my God, did you see what? Jessie Lee knows what Jessie Lee said. Jessie Lee knows, I'm talking in third person, good Lord. Jessie Lee knows what Jessie Lee made a TikTok about. Jessie Lee knows what Jessie Lee's intentions are. Okay? And so that makes your life a lot easier. It ensures you're living a life that is coherent with who you are.
You know what? Again, one thing I love about you is you always remind and trigger things within me that makes me go, you know what? I forgot about that. And it's one thing that I learned early on in my social media journey, my network marketing journey, my personal growth journey, is if you can make someone go, wait, what? Like, you are going to build a very big brand very, very quickly. And the number of times you got people to go, wait, what? She said that? Like, with like a smile on the face, like positively, right? Like, wait, what? You believe in that? Right? And whether it's what, you believe in that, or wait, what? She actually said that? It doesn't matter, because it pulls people into you and it allows them to follow your journey. The second thing is, I truly believe that vulnerability is the key that unlocks the door to authenticity. And the fact that you shared your journey with cancer, I think a lot of people respected you for that. They definitely did. The haters started to become big time fans. The people who weren't sure about you became big fans. The people who loved you, like truly loved you. And again, I just want to say a big thank you for sharing that journey, because I think you inspired a lot of people not to give up. So I appreciate you for that. Right. Next thing I wanted to share, and again, it's just something that I think that you are the best at. And we can all learn a lot from the success that you had. So when we talk about recruiting, how have you been able to recruit so many people into your organization? Because you've recruited 5, 6, 7, 8,000 people personally. There are companies that don't have 5, 6, 7, 8,000 people in their entire company, and you happen to do it frontline. You're a beast, but give some tips.
Number one, you've got to decide with conviction, okay? You have to decide that this is the path that you want to go on. You have to decide that no fear is going to stop you. You have to decide that no matter what somebody says about you, about your intentions, about how you build, about how you lead, about what you're doing, that you're not going to give up, okay? I am in this mindset. Like, I could go make a TikTok right now with that sound that's like, you look so dumb right now. Okay, I might after this, actually. So if you see it on my TikTok, that's why I did it, because of you guys. You just inspired me, okay? But you're not going to scare me away from my network marketing business, and you're not going to scare me from recruiting. You're not going to scare me from changing people's lives, because if I was not given this opportunity, if I was not shown a network marketing opportunity, where would my life be? Do you understand? We all start with the same opportunity in network marketing. Whether you do something with it or whether you don't do something with it is your prerogative. I did something with it. And if I didn't have this opportunity, my life would be nowhere near the way my life is now. And so my level of conviction is so strong in this. My decision in bringing in team members is so strong. My conviction and belief that the network marketing profession is the best profession in the world for an average person to live an above average life is so strong. Forget about it. I don't care how challenging things might be. I don't care how many people tell me no. I don't care how many people comment stupid stuff in my videos. I don't care how many haters I have. I don't care how many videos people make about me. I don't care. I'm not stopping. So you can continue to do whatever you want to do. I'm going to continue doing what I do. When you make that decision, everyone watching this, does this make sense? You can drop yes below. When you make that decision, you are making a promise to yourself. And by doing so, you can help hold yourself accountable. Okay. Next thing is you got to have a recruiting mindset. You've got to think about things a little bit differently. So many of you think about things just around, oh, I just want to make quick money, which is really where I was when I first started 11 years ago. I really needed to make $300 a month. It was not an option. I was going to lose the room I was renting in a basement. I had to make $300 a month. And so I had to shift into a recruiting mindset. I had to shift into, write this down. Oh my God. I had to shift into the mindset of I am looking for people who want to be business builders. That is my mantra nowadays. Like, I don't want to just recruit people. The only people I want to speak to, like, don't even slide in the DM. Don't go to the link in the bio. If you don't want to build a business and make 6 figures, multiple 6 figures, or 7 figures a year with me as your coach, don't slide in my DM. Like, I love y'all. I want you to win wherever you want to win. I am on the war path to business builders, right? And warpath is a little aggressive, okay? But I've got this mindset that I am a business builder. I have the mindset that I am the best coach to get people to 6 figures and 7 figures. I have the mindset that I want business women and men to run with me. And that is different than, oh, I just want to share the opportunity with anybody who wants to hear about it, okay? I'm looking for business builders. And yeah, customers are great. Like I said, got 1.4 million of them. But I'm telling you, if you want to scale, you got to find people who want to build. You can't scale based off of people who are only interested in, I don't know, not making any money. Like, I love the community too, but I'm talking business right now, okay? I love the community. I love the trips. I love the swag. I love the trainings. I love all that stuff. Are we trying to build? We're trying to chill. Make the decision. Once you made the decision, it shifts. You need to look for builders, okay? And don't get offended. I know some of you getting offended. Somebody's getting offended right now. Somebody's going to take a little clip of this and make something. Listen, here's the deal. Look at your business the same way as a recruiter who is trying to fill a position. They're going to look for the most qualified person to fit the job. Does that make sense to everybody? When I think of recruiter, I always go to the military in my head, right? Because I remember growing up in small town Maryland, and I remember going to the cafeteria, and every day it was either Air Force, Army, Navy, Marines, always the Marines, okay? All over, every single day there were recruiters there. And I will tell you, if you were not that smart, you were not going to get a position that required a bunch of brains, okay? If you knew you wanted to join the military, they were going to put you in the position that you were best fit for. And so I'm looking for builders. It works the same in network marketing as the military, as any recruiter that slides into your DM on LinkedIn or anything else, okay? It's not about convincing others why they should think differently. And that's the game so many of you are stuck in, is you spend so much time. Oh my God, tell me I'm wrong. Thank you for sharing. I see that, Andrea. You spend so much time convincing people that this is the business model to freedom that you can't even find the builders who have their hands raised saying, I want to build a business. You're so busy chasing people, and you're going to have to replace people you have to chase. Stop convincing people. There are millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people right here on Instagram, right here on TikTok, right here on YouTube, right here on Facebook, right here listening to the podcast. We just crossed over 5 million downloads. Y'all are the best. I love you. Okay. There's plenty of you that have an entrepreneurial mindset. And yes, there are people who belong in jobs, but those entrepreneurs, they don't need to be convinced. Winners don't need to be convinced to show up to meetings. Winners don't need to be convinced to be trained. Winners don't need to be convinced to make money. Winners don't need to be convinced to win because they win.
Your level of certainty is unrivaled. Your certainty, your conviction, your energy, your posture. I know why you've recruited so many people. It's the mindset that you have. You know that you're in the right business. You know you have the right product. You believe in your skills, and it's only getting stronger as well. And again, for the people who are watching or listening into this, I know that they've realized, and their bingo moment already is, I just gotta know. Not belief. Belief's not enough. Belief is, I think I can do this. If it works for me, it'll be great. I'm going to try. But you're going like, I know this is the best business. I know I'm the number one. I know I'm the person who can get you to the success. When you decide to partner with me, we're going to crush this. When you decide to use the products, you're going to lose this weight. When you decide, whatever it might be. And then instead of try, we're not going to give it a try. We're going to triumph. Like, the language that you use and the energy that you have is just no wonder. And I think as well, a lot of people, when they watch you, they straight away go, well, of course that's true. Of course she's recruited thousands of people. Of course she's a number one, because your energy and your conviction and your certainty backs it up. All right. People can't fake that. So I absolutely flipping love that. All right. So a lot of people watching this now, it's coming up to Black Friday, right? And Black Friday comes every year. So whether they're watching this right now or they're watching it next year, whatever. But what would be your biggest tips or best advice to people in the network marketing space going into the Black Friday / Cyber Monday / holiday season?
All right. So first and foremost, understand this is obviously the biggest time of the year for sales. People are expecting to spend money. And so something that I teach a lot of people, and I want to teach it to you, is stop spending other people's money. Stop getting in your head about, I don't think they have money for that, or why would they have money for my service, or I have a premium product, or I have a premium service, I have a premium this or that or whatever. Like, forget about it. People have saved money for Black Friday. They're ready to do it. They're ready to open up their wallets to you. And in general, you should never get in people's wallets, and you should always shop. You should always promote with energy. So some of you are brand new in businesses, and I will promise you, energy sells everything. I could be talking gobbledygook, and some of you have never been on a Zoom before where somebody actually talks like this, and you're like, I got my hair blown back. I can't believe she talks like that. Or I don't know why you would have that accent, but whatever. Energy sells everything. It's the conviction that people don't have. It is the posture in your business that people don't have. And if you have that, I don't care if you're a day in business, you'll beat the person who's 10 years in business because you have that confidence. So that's the first thing. And maybe that's not a tactic, but I'm telling you, you don't need to know a lot. You just need to be confident in that. All right. So that's really the first thing. People are ready. So we need to market. Now, I wish I could have done this webinar for you guys weeks ago, because you should have been campaigning already. And if you haven't, don't worry. You're just going to start immediately after this, no matter what time of day it is, wherever you are. The time is now. Okay. It is time for a sense of urgency. You've got to start cranking out content around what you're doing. You've got to create value around whatever it is you're doing, around you as a person, you as a brand, so that more people see you before it is time for Black Friday to come. Okay. So it is social media craziness, right? It's just time for social media craziness. And if you think, are you sure it's not too early? I would urge you to go check your own email inbox, because my email looks like nothing's ever going to be full price again, you know? And some people really love the thrill of the hunt, and others prefer to plan ahead and take advantage of early bird sales. They don't want to be the crazy person on Black Friday. They don't want to get trampled at Walmart or anything like this. And so they're willing to lose 5% to stay at home and shop online. And that's really where you come into play. But we've got to be teasing. We've got to be talking. And I want to get into this. Okay. So first of all, if you have a exclusive deal you know is coming, you better start previewing that right now. Okay, in your stories, you can use your wall post if you want to. You can get creative and talk about it on a live. You can send it out in an email campaign. You can send it out to a Telegram chat if you have one of those, and I'll talk about that in a second. But the time's now. The time's now. So if you've heard of maybe a new product that's going to be dropping, if you've heard of a flavor that's coming, if you've heard of a new color for you makeup people, I know we got the makeup girls on here. Okay, I just know. All right, they're everywhere. I love those girls, and those guys do. I know you're on here. Do you know something that's coming? And can you find something that's coming if you don't already know? Like, what are the exclusive deals that are coming? And some of you go, oh my gosh, well, like, you know, maybe you're a network marketer. You're like, my company doesn't even do their sales. Okay, you can still do sales. You can still do exclusive deals. You can still talk about it. So maybe you're going to be willing to give a $20 coupon to people who spend $300. Talk about it now. Let them be prepared now. Let them know, hey, look, if you spend this much money, there's going to be this much coming back. It doesn't have to be 300 for 20. You make up your own thing. Okay, but talk about what you have and talk about the timing of stuff. People really do like to prepare. They like to know, okay, let me kind of like make my shopping list. Let me know what stores I want to hit. Let me figure out what businesses I want to go to, who I want to buy from. Think about these things. Okay, if you haven't already utilized Instagram stories for countdown timers, it's a great opportunity to do that, because people can actually subscribe to that. Some of you have no idea what I just said. Just go make a story on your Instagram. Click on the little top guy where it's like a little smiley face guy, and click countdown. People can actually subscribe to your sales. Okay. So engaging content. We want anticipation to be driven.
Yeah, it's amazing. And again, you have to be louder. You have to be bolder. You have to be brighter than the absolute competition. All right. So you have to provide more value than they feel like. So they think like, wow, I have to say yes to that. That is an absolute no-brainer. Yes. Use obviously Instagram story countdowns. Yes, use Telegram communities where you say, hey, do you want to be in the VIP list? Do you want to be the first to know? Okay, great. You need to join this special Telegram community, because this is where the news is going to be dropping on Friday morning for Black Friday, and so on and so forth. So I really love the tips that you give there. And obviously over the years, you absolutely crushed Black Friday. Black Friday for us is a huge weekend, and even now you start seeing, you know, like 11/11, Amazon have their own day. It's kind of crazy, so you have to leverage it. And again, if you're someone who automatically is like switched off because your company doesn't have Black Friday, they don't believe in Black Friday, create your own offer. There's something known as a loss leader, and a loss leader is simply where you give something away for literally almost nothing, $1, $5, $10, that's packed with value just to get people in the door so you can pitch them. All right, so it's just well worth doing. All right, last question. And again, something that I absolutely love about you is the leadership that you have, but mainly around boundaries. We've talked about this on our weekly accountability calls very often, that boundaries are so important for your business. But what are boundaries to you? And like, how did you kind of set them up with your life and your business so you don't get walked all over? Because I know you and I, we don't stand for that. All right. So if you can share some tips, that'd be awesome.
The next thing, if you want to be successful at all of this, is you have to create boundaries. Okay, you've got to create boundaries because this is critical in staying true to you. Okay, so boundaries, the way I say this is just basically boundaries are limits that define what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with. That's all a boundary is. I think we overcomplicate this, right? It's I'm comfortable with this. No, I'm not comfortable with that. Okay, it's fine with me if you say that. It's not fine with me if you say that. Okay, boundaries are the only way that you are going to be able to protect your time, that you are going to be able to protect your energy, that you are going to be able to protect your mental health, that you are going to be able to protect your business, and that you're going to be able to protect being pulled into a bunch of different directions by external demands, period. For me, I was saying yes to everything. I was not setting boundaries around it. So I was the yes man who would run myself ragged, 18, 20-hour days nonstop, live videos. Oh my gosh. Like how many times I used to go live a day? Like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times a day. It was getting crazy, right? The answer was always yes. The answer was always more. But then it was like I had no boundaries around my business. So I never actually set up a schedule and structure that made my business flow and run properly, which then bled into obvious things like it would affect relationships. It would affect friendships. And I needed to learn how to say no. But it's the same thing as, do you have people in your life that when you spend time with them, you see yourself being pulled out of authenticity? And can you learn how to say no to that? Because that's hard, right? It's hard to say no to the business partner who maybe is more successful than you in some ways, but maybe not happiness, maybe not joy, maybe their life doesn't look anything like you want your life to look like. And you're still saying yes to it, but why? Right? Are you being authentic to you? You need to start asking yourselves these questions in everything, because otherwise you're going to have more chaos. When somebody's excited about something, let's say somebody's pitching you on a new, exciting, shiny business. It might be right for somebody else, but you need to ask yourself, is it actually right for me, or am I getting overly excited because other people's energy is overly excited? I find that this is not a question that people actually ask and answer. I've always been a big believer in find something and stick with it unless it is like a firing, burning ship that is coming down and you're holding on for dear life when you can see every single sign that everything is not good, right? Paying attention to the entire picture instead of like a flame here or a flame there. Because look, business, if you're going to be a big business builder someday or today, really what we are, we should just be called firefighters. All we do as big leaders is we put out fires. There's a fire about your personal life. There's a fire about your business life. There's a fire about a leader in your business. There's a fire about the product. There's a fire about some kind of payment, something that happened. There's always, always, always fires. A shipping problem. It's all we do. We fight fires. Anyone else feel like a firefighter? I feel like I'm a gosh darn firefighter. But also shout out to the real firefighters because you save lives. All right, so clear boundaries will give you that sense of ownership over your life and your choices. And I think that if you want to be a successful business owner, it really is that ownership conversation. It's, do I feel like I run my life and my business, or do I feel like my life and my business are running me? That's a good question to ask yourself.
Yes, yes, yes. It's funny because for me, I've always asked myself this question. Well, when I say always, I started asking this question to myself when I knew that I was getting walked all over. My dad used to call me the mouse, right? My dad would always say, people are going to walk all over you and it's going to hurt. And it was so true. But I said yes because I didn't want to let people down. I said yes because I was a people pleaser. I said yes because I wanted everyone to be my friend. And I eventually came up with an idea that whenever someone asked me to do something, I would literally say, okay, if I say to myself, if I say yes to this, what does that mean I've got to say no to? Or if I say no to this, what does it mean I can say yes to doing? And I found that I was always saying yes to all the things that were allowing me to procrastinate on the things that I actually needed to do. The moment that I started saying no, and like before I would go, no, I can't because I would just say, no, I can't do it. And then I would crack on with what I'm doing. And eventually people would stop asking me to do things for them. So, Jessie Lee, I appreciate you. I miss you dearly. I miss our Tuesday accountability calls. I miss our daily texts. Social media is silent without you. It's deafening. I miss just seeing your silly stories, your valuable stories. I miss your lives. I miss speaking on stage with you. I miss so much. So I hope you guys who are watching this got some value out of some of our favorite clips of Jessie Lee. I hope you realize that. I hope there's some power in her message. I hope that you got something. It hurts every single day, man. It hurts every single day. But this is one of the greatest lessons in legacy. Go and give value so much. Go and show up on social media so much. Go and be your true, authentic self so much that people will keep playing clips of you. People will keep referencing you whenever they get the microphone, whenever they're given the microphone, because of the success that you helped them give. Jessie Lee and I often talked about legacy on our calls, and we'd be like, hey, can you imagine what it's going to be like 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now? When we're traveling around the world, speaking on stages, can you imagine how crazy it's going to be? And I have the intention to still be able to do that. And I know that you're going to be with me, encouraging me and, allowing me to be able to become the best person that I can become inside of this profession and outside. So thank you so much. I love you. I miss you. And I hope you're having fun up there. Save me a seat, right? Next to Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, somewhere around there. And you, of course.